Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? You guys are doing good. How's it going? Back with another live. Talk to you guys. Master Manifester. So today what we want to talk about is the unconscious mind. Some stuff about the subconscious mind and just how it works so you can get more enlightenment, right? So you can change your life. So did you know that 95% of your life is a program? Like you're programmed to live the way you're living right now. I really want you to think about that for a second. You're programmed to live the way you're living right now. You didn't choose freely to live the way you're living right now. That's important. You didn't choose to live the way you're living. That is extremely important. So if 95% of your life is a program, the other 5% is just your awareness of your program. Did you get that? If 95% of your life is a program, the other percentage is just the awareness of your program. Yes, someone says it, you really need to learn more to control your mind. Yeah, and the thing too about the mind, guys, the mind creates what we call matter, like your reality. Did you know that? Did you know that your mind is a fundamental force that drives your world? Did you know that? We're going to talk about some stuff that you may or may not know about the power of the mind in general, the power of your mind, man. So your mind creates the matter, which is the physical, real stuff you experience in, right? Then there's gates of your mind, there's different parts of your mind. Your mind have components in there. There's like minds within a mind. You have your regular mind where your ego is housed. Did you know that your ego is very instrumental in getting things to your subconscious mind? Did you know that? You know that you need the ego to agree a lot to get what you want? How about your thoughts? We get all these thoughts. Did you know most majority of your thoughts come from like ancestors? They're coming from other people. Most of your thoughts aren't even your thoughts. Also, did you know that you live in an inside world? There's no outside world. You live in your head. You don't live outside. So all types of things happening. And then all of this is driven by energetic charge. What is an energetic charge? Our body, each person's body has a unique charge they'll give off. And your charge is based on how good your vibration is. Someone asked, how do we know this to be true? How could someone prove thoughts are from ancestors? Well, we know this to be true because we know through neuroscience, basically the study of how the brain creates oscillation. So our brain runs in different wave states, right? And I'll explain to you in a little bit. I'll explain to you now and show you how the brain works. So, okay, so you guys know like all these good spiritual teachers, right? Like Neville Goddard, Alan Watts, going back, right? During those times, these spiritual teachers, they had access to things were kind of ahead of their time, right? So they were tapping into what we call the superconscious or the mind of what people call God. But now, in our time, we have evolved in science, so we now know more than we ever did about the mind. So I want to talk about the ancestor part. So how do we know our thoughts are coming from our ancestors? Okay, so here's how we do this. We know this. First of all, we know that our world is not a material world. It's kind of a transparent world. And everything that we put out in our world can never be deleted. Let me repeat that. Nothing gets deleted in your world. It gets recycled and comes back. energy can never be created or destroyed, including thoughts. So think about it. Let's go back to the first century. So every human being that lived in the first century, all of their thoughts are somewhere out there in the universe. Every single thought they have is out there. But guess what? Their thoughts come back around. So your ancestors' thoughts are in the collective and they're circling back around. That's how we know this stuff. We know this through how the brain works. So the brain, when the brain gets information, it sends it as electrical stimulus. That's energy, like invisible. They fly. That's how the brain reads stuff. And we do that because we can hook up these electroencephalographs to the head, right? And they could see your brain waves. And then we know now that our brain waves, this is important. Check this out. They can use sound, music to change the way you feel without you even knowing it. Because we learn that your brain oscillates at different ranges of frequencies affect how you feel. If it affects how you feel, it's going to affect your attitude, which is your actions and your habits. So they can make music that can make you feel happy. They can make music that can make you feel sad. They can even make music that will make you go out and do stuff, because it affects the logical thinking part of the brain. This is powerful stuff here. They have technology where they can use music or brainwaves to make people feel incapable, to make people sick, to make people fall down. All of this can be done. So if you don't know, now you know. So someone says, okay, so I'm a researcher. How do I find these thoughts from ancestors? Just go look it up. Just look up. If you want to find your thoughts from ancestors, you tap in and you meditate and you'll get it. But what I'm showing you is this. I'm showing you a big picture. I'm showing you that nothing that you put out ever goes away. It comes back in another form. And then the reason we know this, to go back to the ancestor question, is through the world of quantum science or quantum physics. You know, quantum physics says that the world, like our world, it can't be real, because the stuff that makes the world isn't real as we know it. That's the basis of quantum theory. Yes, like you said, someone here says, once you know, there is no going back, people. Can someone think a specific thought is from an ancestor, but in reality be mistaken? Yes. Now look, there is no direct way you're going to isolate each thought and say, oh, this is from my ancestor. Oh, this is from such and such. But there are times when you can tell a thought is from your ancestor, and the way you can tell thoughts are from your ancestors is thoughts that give you aha moment, thoughts that make you do something that's positive or something. Because remember, your ancestors, they were more pure. What I mean by purity, I mean they lived according to how the body and the mind worked back then. They didn't have any corruption. The matrix didn't exist back then. So they were more connected to the universe, to God, whatever you want to call it, source energy. But they were more connected. So because they were more connected, they had more insights, they had more enlightenment, they could do more things. If you could look back, look at like the ancient Egyptians, look back in Kemet, look back at these different tribes, the Dogons. Just look back, Mesopotamia, you know, civilizations back then, they were more highly conscious. They had more conscious awareness because they didn't have the technology that we develop now that can alter states of mind. They weren't programmed, so to speak, like we are programmed today. Like all of you, every one of us, we are more programmed than we are free will. That's it. What's your pick on the daily for today? That's that's good. You know what I was seeing? I was seeing this number here, 3374. That just came to me. So thoughts that is positive is usually from your ancestors. Yes, usually from the ancestors. But most thoughts that you have, other thoughts you have, aren't from you. you know this. You ever got up one day and just feel like agitated? You ever just got up one day and just started thinking of something negative, and you're like, where did this come from? Why am I thinking this? You're tapping into that field. Now look, especially at this time, I want to show you guys something that you got to be aware of. This time now, the collective, the vibration is at a very all-time low right now. The matrix right now, this is the time, right? This time we're living right this moment with all the stuff going on in the world with you put the matrix putting out for the inflation, and they putting on fuel prices, and they putting all these fear into you right now, telling you this is going to happen. So what happens now, most of the population, the vibration is all-time low. So here's what you're going to be noticing. You're going to notice like a lot of weird stuff happening in the world now. Like, but there's going to be more road rage. You're going to see more people hating on you. Because people now are being fed with so much fear. So at this time right now, you're going to have to really protect your energy now. And especially, look, if you have like crystals or bracelets you're wearing, like, you know, if you get some crystals or this like this, you're really going to have to start to charge or cleanse your crystals more often. Because what happens is, because the vibration of the planet, or not the entire planet, but if you're in the Northern America area, but at this point, well, actually the vibration of the planet right now is so low that your bracelets and your crystals are going to suck up more negative energy. So you got to do more cleansing. You got to spend your extra time meditating. You got to spend extra time in nature, just so you could buffer the resistance because of what the matrix is pushing out to the collective. Boop, 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 boop. So you, as a chosen one, or someone that's enlightened, or the universe has woken up to it, you can see all this stuff, you're going to be more persecuted right now. What I mean persecuted right now is a lot of people are going to be hating on you more, because now, look, imagine if you're walking around and you're just like in a good mood, and you're like, oh, I'm feeling good, I'm da-da-da-da-da. People don't like that. They're going to look at you like, what are you smiling for? Why are you so happy? That's because you found your peace, right? And you're in that state. So right now, you're gonna notice a lot of that's going on. So because there's people now that they don't understand what's going on in their head or what's going on in their world, because as we talk about, you know, we are programs, and we're more programmed than we are free will. I gotta repeat that, because that is so profound. We are more programs than we are free will at this point. Think about that. That's deep right there. Even I get new insights coming in like that. We are more programmed than we are free will. So there is good news, though. There is great news. The great news is that you have the ability to change your program. You just have to be aware of what's programming you. So what are some habits that you can do to see how this works? Someone says, laugh out loud, that's not deep. That's very deep when you think about it. If you don't, if you're telling me that's not deep, you're definitely not into, you're definitely not seeing what's going on. For anyone out there, if I repeat this again, you are more programmed than you are free will. If that's not deep, tell me what isn't, what's not. I could break it down for you. I could show you how deep it gets. You're right, I don't have to explain myself to anybody, brother. But there's individuals come on this chat, and you want to enlighten people so they can see how their mind works. So let's get into this and show this person that commented that's not deep, so they can understand how deep it is. Because you want to help people. You want people to go away from here and start to think like, damn, that is deep. So let's break that down. So you listen to this. Every day when you get up and you think you are thinking, you are not thinking. That's not deep. Repeat that. Every day when you get up You think you're thinking. You are not thinking, my friend. That's the first mistake. That's the first thing you understand. That's how deep it gets. What's actually happening here is a bunch of circuitry program that runs from the neurons all the way down into your subconscious that makes your body reacts and sends information to your brain that's already programmed to make you think you're thinking. So that means when you get up in the morning and you say, oh, I think I'm putting on my shoes. I think I'm going to go there. Oh, I think I'm going to decide to call so and so and so. You're not thinking. You are being programmed in a direct, different way. So that's deep. So the question is, man, all right, man, so how can I free myself from this program here that I have? So what is thinking, Mark? So since I am so basically you may be calling me a robot, right? Or maybe I'm this autonomous thing that I don't have the ability to really figure myself out. So Mark, how can I know when I'm thinking and I'm not in a program? What's the technique? How can I do that, man? How do I, like, man, right? So I'm going to show you how you can do that right now. So here's how you're going to figure out when you're truly thinking versus program thinking. Here's the trick. Never try to think. Try to feel. When you feel, it's going to initiate your intuition, which is the higher thought power. The higher intuition now will go back into the conscious mind, and now you will have true thought. Let me repeat that. When you try to think, you're not thinking. Instead, try to feel and listen. Use your heart. Someone says that. When you do that, you evade the program. You go into your intuitive mind, which is a very highly heightened mind. The thing about your intuitive mind or your higher self, remember, it cannot be tainted by the matrix. Matter of fact, it can't be tainted in a dimension, because we live in 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions with the concept of time. But with the higher self or the higher thinking processes of these intuitive minds or these tapping in powers, they are not bind to 3-dimensional space-time. They're in another dimension. Hence, they don't have the ability to be influenced by the program through the matrix or the unconscious mind. So that means you're going into a new unfiltered, pure source that's going to come back into your consciousness. Then it's going to go into your ego, and then voila, you're going to realize you're in the correct mode. When you start to do a lot of inspired action, now you're out of the program. See how that works? So it's very profound. So so someone says, so intuitive thoughts come from when we use our feelings. Yes. Your intuitive thoughts, first of all, your intuition. All right, first of all, let me run it down and show you how thoughts and things come into your world, okay? So let's break that down, because you need to understand this stuff, how it works. So let's do that first, so that then it will clear a better picture for you. All right. So whenever we initiate something, a thought, that we're initiating in our conscious mind. That's called your frontal lobe. So when you initiate a thought, that's called the conscious mind. Within the conscious mind, it has the ability to accept or reject something. Okay? All right. So when I think of something, I can accept it or reject it. That's in my conscious. Now let's say I'm thinking about a red tomato. I can accept or reject that I want a red tomato. Right? So let's say I accept I want a red tomato. That goes to my subconscious mind now. My subconscious mind works a little different than my conscious mind. Once I accept I want a red tomato and it goes to my subconscious mind doesn't work like my conscious mind. It can't accept or reject. It's just going to accept the red tomato. So the conscious mind can decide or accept subconscious mind. Once something goes in, it's a wrap. It's going to go and get it for us. Okay? The subconscious mind is more of a doer mind. Your conscious mind is more of a sayer mind. Conscious will say, hey, go do this. Subconscious will do it for you, right? So that's the subconscious. Now, Let's move from the subconscious to what's called your higher self, the higher version of you, that spiritual aspect part of you. That's where you're going to get your intuition, and that's where you're going to get the downloads from the universe and all that stuff. So now all of that is called from your higher self. So the higher self is actually you, but the invisible part of you, your true nature, your consciousness, it's outside and it's guiding you in this physical, perceived 3D world, right? So now what the higher self does, it says, all right, I'm going to send you some information that's going to help you to get your goals or change your life. But here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a different path. I'm going to send the information to your subconscious mind, okay? Your subconscious mind is going to hold the information for me. And then when I'm ready for you to do the thing you need to do to get where you want to go, I'm going to take that info. Your subconscious is going to be directed to take the information I sent to you, and it's going to send it to your gut, the enteric nervous system. So it's going to send something to your gut, which is where your intuition comes from. So now it goes to the gut. This is where intuition, inspired action. So when it goes to the gut, it's going to go one more place. Then the gut says, all right, so this is the higher intuition. Then the last place it's going to go is to the heart. When the heart gets it, the heart says, okay, this is true. We're going to go do this. That's how all inspired information comes down. They come from that source. Higher self, subconscious, gut, heart, into your world to manifest it. That's why I always say, listen or feel more than you can think. If you practice feeling more than you can think, you're always going to be ahead of the program. You can defeat the program. Now, so what are some tools that you can use to get out of the program? Okay, one of the most powerful tools that you can use to change the subconscious program is the act of imagination. Imagine yourself the way you like to become. You can get the program that way. Because the thing about the subconscious mind, it cannot tell who you are in the head versus who you are in the real world. See that? Whatever you are in the head, that's who you are in your subconscious. And that's very powerful to know, because the subconscious is the part of our mind that shows us our reality and makes us experience what we want. So if you hear someone says, well, if I want to be successful, I want to make more of this, use subconscious mind. If I want to get this, I want to find my soulmate, subconscious mind does all of that for you. Nothing you do in your conscious mind is more powerful than what the subconscious mind can do for you. How can we develop imagination? I need more practice. This is from a user here. So to develop imagination is, you can do a couple things. The first thing you can do to develop imagination, you can start to write. You can start to script your life or what you like to see. As you begin to write, your brain begins to form information. Information starts to become an image. That's one way to develop imagination. The second way to develop imagination is to use pictures or images, to go into your phone, to go on your social media, to look at images or any picture or symbol that represents what you want to become or what you want to achieve in your life. Once you do that, the brain now will start to formulate and accept those images, and then it starts to get your imagination. The third way to develop imagination now is just start to conjure up images in your mind, little by little. Vision board, someone says vision board is a great way to do that. Speaking out aloud to yourself is a great way to do that. Now look, I must say something else too, because we have to understand now that you can actually, so someone asked this, you can actually build a belief if you don't believe it. Let me show you what I mean by that. Someone says you can also watch kids meditation. I'm telling stories and you'll definitely visualize. Yeah, that's a great example. Like watching kids stories and our kids shows, because in kids shows they kind of really go step by step so the kids could build their imagination. That can help you as well. But check this out. So you can actually, let's say you're someone, mirror talk to, that's a great point. Someone says that. Someone says, are you an atheist? no, I'm not an atheist. I do believe that there is a higher energy power out there, but it resides in us, through us, as a part consciousness. That's my version of God. But I do believe there's a force that exists that puts everything together. Now, let's talk about the beliefs, okay? Because it's important. You have to have a belief in order to get something to come into your world, right? So check this out. So if you ever wonder, how can I manifest something that I don't even believe I can do, or something that maybe out of my league? Right? Can you discuss imagining? Yes, you can do imagine in first person, third person. So here's how you can develop a belief. You can use affirmations. If you talk out loud consistently or every day in the mirror, even if you don't believe it, but if you say it out loud every day, the brain is going to get it and impress it in the subconscious, and then you're going to start to believe it's possible. That's how you build beliefs. Yep, see its possibility at first. So some individuals, some people, some of us, when we can put imagination in our minds, we can see some stuff in like our first person or third person perspective. So it just depends on who you are. Everyone is different. Some people can see their imagination like they're sitting and watching it. Some people can actually be in the movie doing the thing. So it doesn't make a big difference. It's the same principle. That's how prayer builds belief in God. Yes. We live in a world of beliefs. We live in a makeup world. We live in a story world. All of us are storytellers. And I said that, you got to remember that you're all storytellers, and it's based on your perception or your perspective in your life. So that's something you got to really, really like take part and understand. Like, I can tell my mind to do what I want it to do. I can tell my mind to live a certain way. Yeah, you can do that, and your mind can start doing that. Someone says, I literally believe everything is possible. What can be holding up my specific desires? Your subconscious blocks. Now, there's a big thing now. Big thing. You heard it all the time. Blockages. Blockages. We're going to talk about blockages. How can there be a God in this chaos? That is a great question. So, here's something you got to understand. Remember now, the universe and the way reality works is not obligated to make sense to us, right? We have to adjust our level of mindfulness to make sense of the universe. So chaos and all this stuff is an actual natural part of the universe. Matter of fact, it's called entropy. Without entropy, none of us would be here. This is why things go from order to disorder. This is why you grow old and you die. It's not because of time. It's because of cellular breakdown of entropy. When the Big Bang flashed out, entropy was born. Things will naturally go from order to disorder. So that's just how the universe works. So some people will say, well, that's not God. But, there's a saying that says when things look like they're actually breaking apart, falling apart, actually coming together. Excuse me. But let's talk about the blockages, or what we call the resistance, right? So a lot of stuff that prevents you from getting what you want, they're called blockages. What are blocks? So here are blocks. A blockage is a belief that is contrary to what you consciously believe. A blockage is a subconscious belief that's contrary to a conscious belief. So did you get that? So now you have two sets of beliefs. See that? Did you know that? You have a belief core in the conscious, but you also have a belief core in the subconscious. So a blockage is when my subconscious beliefs don't match what I consciously want. Why is it blocked then, Mark? Because the subconscious will always overturn the conscious. The subconscious controls my actions, my habits. Therefore, it has the last say in what I do, even if I don't want to do it. So to remove the blocks, you have to now go into the subconscious and remove those blocks. So how do I remove the blocks? Well, you're going to ask yourself questions about how you feel. How do you feel about your love, life, yourself, money, abundance, anything at all that makes you feel lower? You have to face those things first, because that's how you're going to get the blocks up. If you can do it that way, or you can do it the easy way, what most people do, which is now we have the technology to do that. You can use study of, they do neuroscience with what we now call meditation. Certain meditation can help to bring them up, but that's actually not the best route to do it. But here's the best route, is to use hypnotherapy. You can do self-hypnosis, or an easy route that a lot of individuals use, auto-hypnosis. Auto-hypnosis is very powerful. It gets in there because now see the brain, right? The brain has these different frequencies. Okay, so your brain goes through these states. So here we go. You have the alpha, the theta, the delta, the gamma, and the beta states, right? Alpha, theta, delta, gamma, beta. So your brain oscillates in 5 frequencies. So what science now does, they create these different brainwave frequencies, or brainwave entrainment. They call it brainwave entrainment technology. So what they do, they actually make frequencies that can coincide and match the frequency of the different cycles of your brain. So for example, the subconscious works in the alpha/theta. So if I can get something that matches the alpha/theta, then my subconscious will easily accept it. Therefore, I can remove a block. I can change a coded program to a new program. That's the marvel of science and neuroscience. That's what they do. That's what subliminal messages are. So if you ever hear the little, that's what they're doing. They're isolating, and they're matching the frequency, and they're talking to the same frequency that the brain goes in, and then the brain accepts it. Therefore, voila, you can change your blockages. Is that similar to the silver method? Yep, exactly similar to the silver method. But feels like it's very close, but just won't manifest. Again, that's coming from an ego perspective. The thing about the ego is the ego says, when it's going to come? Where is it at? Where is that? When it's going to come? Don't play that game. Get into the state of just being in the moment and just experiencing what is coming. It has to manifest. As long as you're keeping the faith and you're not giving up, you'll get it. It feels like it's right here. And the reason it feels like it's right here is because it is actually right here, because your body is sensing your desires and your goals, because they are right entangled with you, right? How can you connect with me? Oh, you can connect through my YouTube channel, Instagram. I think it's in the link in the bio right here. Everything is already created. Someone commented that. That is right. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing you have to actually go out and like conjure up. It's already there. It's like you just have to bring it into your space. So anytime you feel like your manifestation is right there, it actually is right there. It's just that you're unaware to experience it right now. See how it works? Someone says I'm skipping their question. I keep finding coins continuously. Sometimes I dream of it. Does it mean that I'm aligned? Yeah, if you're finding coins and things like money, it means that money's coming to you somewhere down the line. Yep, somewhere down the line, money's coming to you. Everything comes into our world with a sign. Before the universe delivers something to you, it'd have to show you a preview or a sign that it's coming towards you. That's how it works in this world. Everything comes in that form. I do have synchronicities all the time. 111. Good. That's a sign that you're aligned. Try to do 101 on your site, but didn't work. Now, which site did you use? Make sure you go to either mindcenterworld.com or Mark Haughton quantumvibrationalnumbers.com. Best thing to do, just go to my YouTube, right? In my YouTube videos, and go into the description, and then you'll see where you can sign up right there. They there's a fake site out there that's not my site. It's called markhaughton.com. Someone made that site, and they're like, so don't go to no. If you see only two sites, mindcenterworld.com, Mark Haughton Quantum Vibrational Numbers.com. That's my site. MarkHaughton.com is not my site. Someone is using that site. And I don't know how they got some of my products, but they're using it and like selling it or doing stuff. So don't go to that site. And I'm working to get that site down. So just go to my YouTube description and you will see if you want to get in contact with me. That's the easiest way to do it. Yep. So the thing is, the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, is very powerful once you can master that part of the conscious mind. Now the question is, man, where is the subconscious mind, Mark? Where does it live? Does it live somewhere? Yeah, your subconscious mind lives somewhere. Your subconscious mind lives somewhere, but it operates from somewhere else, if that makes sense. So can anyone tell me where does the subconscious mind live in you? Because it does live somewhere. Let's see how smart you guys are at learning the mind. So I'll give you a tip. The subconscious is like this. The subconscious has a remote working center. So the subconscious has representatives, but its main headquarters is in another dimension. So think about that, right? But the subconscious has representatives that live within you. So can someone tell me where the subconscious mind lives? Someone says the heart. That's actually, the heart actually is independent of the subconscious. Did you know that? Because the heart kind of has its own brain. The heart has like this thing called neurites, like neurons in the brain. So the heart is very powerful. The heart's another level. The heart can manifest without the subconscious mind. Someone says in our gut. Yep. So here's the answer. You got it all right. Your subconscious mind lives in every single cell of your body. All the trillions of cells, your subconscious is in there. Every cell is a subconscious. This is why people can heal themselves with the placebo effect. Because remember how the subconscious works. It's illogical. When you tell it something, it's going to believe it. So yes, technically your subconscious is every single cell in your body. Now, where does the subconscious get the knowledge, and why is the subconscious infinite but the conscious mind isn't infinite? Right? Why is the subconscious mind infinite but the conscious mind isn't infinite? You can definitely change your molecules. So here's the thing. Your subconscious is what we call open. The conscious is what we call close. So when it means open, it means the subconscious has access to infinity. The conscious mind has access to limitation. And it's a process of how the brain evolved. So where's your conscious mind? It's called the frontal lobe part of your brain. In the frontal lobe is where we process information, thoughts, all that stuff. We can do about a few thousand, and it's very limited. In the unconscious mind now, it's so deep and so infinite because it has the ability to communicate and goes into different dimensions. It can access the superconscious. It can access your higher self. This is why your subconscious is so powerful. And this is why it has the ability to change your world, because it comes in and it brings information from the people call it fifth dimension. But when it brings information in, and when it brings information in, it brings information in the form called qubits. Qubits are what we are made of. Everything is made of qubits. It's information. This is beyond quantum worlds, beyond protons, electrons. This is the closest they got to see what reality is. Information. So it takes information and it transfers the information, and the brains process the information as images, feelings, and then voila, it becomes your world. Your subconscious actually has the ability to bring people into your life from far away that you never met. They can actually come into your life to help you. Your subconscious can change physical reality. Your subconscious can make you very wealthy. It can make you very poor. It can make you very sick. It can make you very healthy. It can make you very wise. It can make you very unwise. Your subconscious can do all of that stuff, right? And the reason the subconscious can do all that stuff, because it doesn't care, it doesn't think. Your subconscious watches for one thing to determine what it's going to create in your reality. Can anyone tell me, what does the subconscious mind watches for to create your reality? Anyone knows? The subconscious, how does the subconscious determine what to program us with? Thoughts and evidence, yes, but how? Does it, like, if I think a certain thought, does it automatically go into my subconscious? And the answer is no. When you think a thought, it doesn't automatically get impressed into the subconscious. You have to do something else. So that's good. That's good. So that means we all have a lot of negative thoughts. So that's good that doesn't directly goes into our subconscious. So what do we do with thoughts to make it impress our subconscious? It has to go past the critical divide. That's right. There we go. Who has this? Exo Tay says it. Repetition is the language to the subconscious. So if you ever want something to get impressed into your subconscious, do it, think it, feel it over and over every day. After a while, voila, boom. Subconscious now says, I got a new program. I'm going to run it. And the subconscious runs the program. But there is a problem with this. Big problem with this. Someone threw a monkey in a wrench here. Guess what? Someone is telling you what to think and how to feel, and someone is telling your subconscious mind how the world should be. Someone is even telling you how much money you should be able to make. Someone's telling you how confident you should be, and someone's telling you that you can't have it all. Matter of fact, someone is telling you that you're not good enough to get what you want. Someone right now is telling you that you aren't worthy to get the stuff you want. And someone is also telling you right now that you should settle instead of going for your big goals and dreams. Who knows what that someone is or that something? And it's happening right this moment. Can someone tell me what that is? It's an entity. It's an organization. It's like a corporate thing. It's a business. It's two things. Can someone tell me what they are? There's something right now determining how you view your life, yourself, self-worth. And this something doesn't want you to go to the top. It wants you to stay at a level where it can control you. That's correct. It's two of them. It's the Matrix and religion. Matrix and religion is making you live below your potential. Let's get that again. It's not your past life. It's the Matrix. Let's talk about the Matrix, because the Matrix is the most sophisticated and it's the slickest guy. The Matrix can play you and you don't even know you've been played. The Matrix can come to you and take money out of your pocket, and then you knew you had money in your pocket, and then the Matrix tell you never had the money in your pocket, and then you believe the Matrix and say, oh, you're right, I never had the money in the pocket. The Matrix will tell you that what you're seeing is not real. And the Matrix will tell you what you're seeing is actually real when it's not even real. That's the one entity you have to watch out for. Those are the sneaky ones. Matrix. Religion more plays on your guilt and your self-worth. That's what religion does to you. Religion makes you feel very unworthy of yourself. It makes you feel you are not complete, that you need something to complete you. So if you take those components together and you put the two of them together, what do you have? You have a bunch of messed up, psychologically dysfunctional people. You got a bunch of messed up, low self-esteemed, insecure people. They love that, man. They gotta have you like that. See, the thing about the Matrix is, here's how the Matrix work. They use what you love. They study you, and then they create something to match what you study. Okay, they say, all right, look. Okay, these people love music. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some artists out. We're going to make certain music, but we're going to program them in the background. You're not even going to know. These people love entertainment. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make some nice program TV shows, and we're going to show them all the glitter and the gold, and we're going to program them. And they don't want to, these people love like looking good and healthy and wealth and dress. All right, we're going to show these people what true definition of beauty looks like. We're going to program these people and show them this is how they should look. These people love to work on their mind. We're going to flip it though. Instead of showing them how to work on their mind, we're going to show them how to mess up their mind. We're going to get these people on a low vibration. We're going to get them to feel anxiety. We're going to make them depressed. We're going to get them insecure. And then we're going to make a bunch of money off of them because we're going to send them to the therapist. We're going to make drugs so they can take the drugs and the pills. And then we're going to make, we're going to even get them better. You know what we're going to do? We're going to create a social media. We're going to put all beautiful people out there to make them think that everybody's beautiful. And let's take it another step further. We're going to put these nice filters in all their social media so everyone can look young and everyone can look beautiful. So when they look at this, they think that's what reality is. So it's going to mess up all their components, and they're going to come running back to us because they're going to need us to validate them so that they can live their life. That's how they play you. Did you get that? Hope you got that. Hope you got that one. That's what they do. So how does it work, man? Check this out. So the Matrix is very smart because the Matrix they have all these very advanced people in psychotherapy, psychologists, people who study and watch patterns of human behavior. So they have all this at their expense, and they know how to do it. So they figure that, okay, so what's the main fuel they use for you? They use your fear. So what fear does to the body is fear affects the cells, and the cells create what's called cortisol. When you have more cortisol in your body, you don't have the ability to kind of think anymore. You kind of you're more influenced. So what they do is they put stuff on the TV and they put stuff on the computer, and they show you this world, and they show you this is what you should look like. And they put all these young people and these old people, whatever they put, but they jam it in your brain and in your head that this is what your reality is. And they show you like things are structured. They show you limitation. They show you like, you got to be in this class, that class. You can't make that much money. You're not good enough. So the Matrix will never show you like what real reality is. They don't want you to know what this world or what the reality really is. So the Matrix have you in their own show. It's important for them to do that because they need to keep you from discovering something. So can anyone tell me why does the Matrix distract you so much? Because all distraction. Tell me why they have put so much money. They've spent billions of dollars, trillions of dollars a year to distract you. Why do they do that? Let's see how awake you are. Let's see how enlightened you are. Let's see if you're on that next level of consciousness. This is for the higher levels of, this is a higher conscious beings right now. Why does the Matrix spend so much money to keep you distracted? Let's see the high conscious beings here. Let's see who's on the next level. All right, well, say someone got it right here. This is Sweet Test follower. So she knows the game. So the reason they do this, she says, keeping us from realizing we're all one and we're all master manifestors. Don't want us to remember our spirit. Okay, all you guys are up here. All you guys know the game. So here's the reason why the Matrix wants to keep you distracted, because if you're not distracted, you're forced to go within yourself. They don't want you to figure out who you are. They don't want you to know the power you have, that you're an infinite conscious being that has the power to switch, to alter your reality, to create whatever you want. That's why they do this. They don't want you to know who you are. That's right, godly gifted. 7. That's why they spend so much money, man, every year to do that, because they know the power of the human mind and the human imagination. So they have to keep you distracted. They create a lot of entertainment stuff, the music stuff, all that stuff. Because if you're watching this video, if you realize the immense power you have, think about this. Do you know how much volts of electricity your body produces right now? It will shock you. Do you know how much cells your body produces? Do you know that you're constantly rejuvenating yourself? Do you know the enormous power the brain and the heart and the gut have? Do you know the ability you have with your imagination? Do you know that? Probably most of you don't even know that. Someone says, do you? Oh, yeah, 100%. The question is, do you? Are you able to tap in? Do you even know how to tap into your gifts and abilities? Do you know how to enter into your higher state? Do you know how to get inspired action to get retrieve your downloads that the universe is sending to you right now to change your whole life? That's what they don't want you to get. They don't want you to access that stuff. Someone says, ain't no way y'all don't know the Matrix right now. Yet, tell them. Yep, to create the life you want. How do I tap into my gifts and abilities? That's right. That's what they don't want you to find out. So look, the first step to tap into your gifts and abilities, people, is to learn the language of your mind, how your mind works. So let me tip you off. So here's the first big step in order to get there. You have to know the levels of the mind you have. First of all, you have 3 minds that are inside around you, and then you have 2 more minds that are externally connected outwards. The 2 minds that are externally connected outwards, let's talk about those first. It's the superconscious and the higher self mind. Those are in the other direction. The other 3 minds are within your consciousness in this 3D world. Well, one of them is in there and out of there, but we'll talk about the 3 minds you have. So the first mind you have is your conscious logical mind. Who's this guy right here, man? Who's this Ruts Major, man? This is like this guy doesn't even know anything. I don't know. I don't know. This is a robot. He's making no sense. Nothing you say makes this guy's okay. So look, I wonder if I could delete this dude. Yeah, I could block him. There we go. All right. So, all right, let's talk about the mind. So, the 3 minds you have. The first mind is called the conscious logical mind. That's where you decide to retrieve information or receive it or put it away. Then we move to the next mind, which is called the critical divide, the gatekeeper mind. That part of the mind can take information from the conscious and then go to the subconscious, see if the subconscious accepts it. The third mind is the subconscious, so you know that. Then you know the superconscious and the higher self. So if you want to access your gifts and abilities, focus on these 2 parts of the mind. So there's 4 minds, but focus on these. You got to focus on tapping into the subconscious, going into the higher self, retrieving from the superconscious. And repeat that. Tapping into the subconscious, going to the higher self, retrieving information from the superconscious. Those are the 3 you want to focus on. You start to focus on that, you're going to start to get your gifts. So how do I start to focus on that? Here's how you do that. First thing you want to start to do, start to practice meditation. Meditation will start to open you up to get more downloads. Second thing you want to do, you want to start to use your imagination. You want to start to think and see in your head what you'd like to do. Third thing you want to do is you want to start to speak out aloud. Use your vocal cord voice. That's going to start to open things up for you. So once you start that process, you're beginning on the journey to discovering your gifts and abilities. See how that works? Someone says, I was told astrology birth chart reading helps you find gifts and abilities. Is that true? So astrology birth chart readings, they kind of put you in a ballpark. It's like they give you like a blueprint. They kind of show you, okay, they show you your potential. But your gifts and abilities are unique. You can have very unique gifts and abilities, but it kind of says, hey, this is the potential for you to have this or that. So I guess you could say yay or nay. How do you go out of the matrix really? So the easy way to get out of the matrix, guys, is do this. Plug out. Plug out of the matrix. So what does it mean by plug out of the matrix? Here's my first tip. Don't watch the news. Don't watch the mainstream news. Nothing on the news. Do not put yourself out there. It's going to corrupt your mind, and your thinking is going to lower your vibration. It's going to make you have fear. Do you notice why the news sell? Do you notice the selling point of the news? Bad news every single day. The news always shows you the world is crumbling. Everything is going down. You need us to listen to us. Don't do that. Plug out. That's the first day. You do that, you're 50% out of the matrix. 1 week without the news, your blood pressure levels off. This is actually a scientific study done on this. The body produces more endorphins naturally. Your skin clears up. You feel more energy. 1 week without watching the news, people. 1 week. Think about that. 1 week. Cellular regeneration. Skin starts to look better. You start to sleep more. Less stress, less cortisol produced. That's just 1 week. Imagine you go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Can anyone tell me why? What? So if I stay away from news for 1 week, you're telling me my whole body and my body will start to heal itself? Yes. Do you know why though? Let's see how smart you are. The study of the body, neuroscience, the cells in your body. Let's see how smart you are. It all comes down to one thing. I'll give you a big tip right here. What is the main thing that the news produces? It's a chemical produced, actually it's produced in your gut, but your brain retrieves it. So anyone can tell me the chemical. Well, the fear is what it produces, but what chemical does fear produce that makes your body go creates a lot of inflammation, toxins? What is that chemical? It's called cortisol. That's right, my friend. Cortisol. Cortisol is not good. Not a lot of it anyway. Oxytocin. Not dopamine. Dopamine is like feel-good stuff. Cortisol. And you know what cortisol does? So we know cortisol produces stress, right? But it does something else. It affects insulin. It raises your insulin. You know what insulin is? What insulin does? It's not good. Let me put it that way. So if you're 1 week out from the matrix, from watching the news, you see, the amazing thing about you, guy, the amazing thing about you, the body, your body is always looking to go back to its harmonious state. So the thing about the body is the body can repair itself. It's always regenerating. So when you go like 1 week without the news, your body will start to repair itself and your levels will start to get back to their normal states. But they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to know that, man. They want you to keep you glued because they want to feed off of you. The fear you produce is building the matrix more. So that's to answer someone's question when they say, hey man, how can I plug out of the matrix? The first step is to don't watch the news. Okay, the next step to get out of the matrix now is to study and learn the nature of reality. That's the other 50%. So once you've stopped the news, then you're going to go into, okay, so what? So here's what you got to ask yourself. What is reality? What is the world? What is real? Just like the movie The Matrix. The guy said, what did he say? He says, what is real? Is real the impulses of electrical stimulus? I mean, that movie's a documentary, man. So that's the next step, is because once you find out what all of this really is and the power you have, whew, man, you're gonna change your life. Like, you're gonna change your life. Mark, do you have book recommendations? Yes, I have 2 books I wrote. You go get them there. I break everything down. One book is for the lotteries. One book is How to Win the Lottery Using Quantum Physics. The other book is Manifested with Quantum Physics, which talks in detail about the process of how to get out of the matrix, how science, how physics work. But good news is, I'm going to show you right here how reality works so that you can escape the matrix, man. So if I ask you guys, I like to you guys to, put your inputs in there. So let me ask you something. Yeah, man, unfortunately in Vegas, there's no lottery there, man. Sucks. Casinos. They don't want to put lottery into Vegas because it'll run the casinos out of business. They want to get up all the thing. So I want to ask you guys a question here. And let's see what the next level consciousness beings are here. Yes, I want to see how aware you guys are. So I want to ask you a question. Can someone tell me, what is reality? Is reality solid, or what is it? Someone out there. What is reality? Is it bad if I want to become an actor? No. Whatever you want, people, do it. Become it. That's the thing of the matrix. It make you feel guilty. All right, now we're getting deep here. Someone says a simulation, a holographic. Okay. Reality is our imagination. All right, you guys are very smart. Illusion. Okay, all you guys know the game. Wow. Conscious awareness. Okay, so you got it. That's good. That's excellent. That's excellent. That's excellent. Excellent. Simulation, correct. That is the true. So the true nature of reality. I'll take it one step further so I can show you guys something. And this is where I want you to focus on, because this will help you. So everything you guys said and put forth is actually true. And now there's actually science. The beauty of this is we have science to back this up now, right? Because we have quantum theory now, right? We have string theory. So we have all these different things we're putting together, and it's showing results when they have these, like, when they run these tests, these calculations. So, but here's what I want you to think about it. This will help you a lot better. I want you to start to look at reality just like you do a video game, like a pixel. So you got to look at reality as this raw information. And from this information, you compose this information into what you call real stuff. That's what it is. So once you can use your imagination and you can think of something, you affect what they call a field. Call it the ether. It's the 0-point field. It's like space isn't empty. So within space is a bunch of energy, and they're just so small, invisible, our eyes can't see them. So you have the ability as an observer to create your world. So, and this is why we talk about, and you hear this a lot, they said there can't be no reality without you. Your unique perspective or your unique view creates your world. So you are actually like in charge, man. You're in charge of like all the stuff you're going to see around you. You're in charge of this, people. That's the matrix. Don't want you to discover that. They don't want to make you discover that you're in charge. So while the matrix exists, you can be in the matrix and you can change the whole matrix for you. You can walk through the matrix like this and everything for you will be good and successful. But everybody else in the matrix is feeling the pain and all that stuff. because you understand the matrix is still a part of that reality. You know, the matrix can't defy the laws of physics, too. It has to obey the same rules. It is just a different aspect of it, right? See how it works? That's right. Someone says you universe. You're universe. You are the universe. Someone says that's powerful. But yeah, it's very powerful. But here's what's even more powerful. It's facts. It's actually true now. It's actually true because we can peer into the fabric of the universe. We can peer into we go now. Listen, we're going beyond the we're going beyond the atoms now, right? We're going beyond a proton. We're going beyond a neutron. Now we're going into quarks. We're going to up, down quark, left quark. We're going into all these different. Now we're passing the quarks. Now this is like smallest things we can see with our instruments. Now we're going into the world of strings, the energy. Now we're passing the strings. Now we're going into the world where we're stuck right now. This is where we're at, and we're at the information, the building block of the universe. They call it qubits, and that's where we're at. We're just pixels that create everything. That's where we're at right now, and I think we can go beyond that. Who knows? We haven't gotten there yet, but I'm sure there's more beyond that, because everything is infinite, right? So you people are very powerful, and you have the ability to make magic, man. So you have to just focus more on what you want and less of what you don't want. Don't worry about how it's going to come to you, man. Don't worry about that stuff. Don't try to figure out like when it's going to come. Don't even sweat that stuff. Because remember now, you are entangled with all the stuff you want. It's coming to you. It's on the way to you right now. Don't sweat it. Just get in a state of feeling good, a state of being present, a state of peace. What was it? Neville said, get in a state of the feeling, the wish fulfilled, right? That stuff. Do all that. That's what you got to do. Once you do that, it has no choice but to come to you. Did you know that? You cannot manifest what's already yours, people. I repeat that. You cannot manifest what's already yours. So Mark, how do I know it's already mine? The moment you conceive it, the moment you desire it, the moment you think about it over and over, it's already yours, people. You can't, that's your destiny, man. You can't undo that. You can't undo what's already done for you. Come on. It's not going to work that way. You already set this up before you got here. This game is already over. You've already won this game. You're just going through the motions of this game. That's what I want you to understand about this stuff. You're already a winner. You've already manifested this stuff. It's in your vicinity right now. Just stay out of your way. Stay out of your own way, people. The world of physics shows us that, told us that I cannot lose what's already mine. So for all of you out there, think about this. I want to tell you this right now. Whatever you have in your head and your mind about your desires, or this person you want, the vision, the goal, the money, all that stuff you want, guess what? It's already yours. You've done it already. It's yours. You're entangled with that stuff. There is, okay, someone may say, all right, man, this guy's telling me all this stuff is mine, man, so why am I not experiencing it, or why am I not getting it? Great question. I'm going to pose that question to you. So I'm going to ask you this question. So if it's already mine and I already got it, why am I not experiencing it yet? Anyone know the answer? Remember now in the beginning I showed you, I said this has to do with you. I'll give you a tip about this one. The answer has to do with one or two of your minds. What are they doing? They need a little tweaking. All they need is a little tweaking, man. Like go in there and like adjust a couple things and bam, it's gonna pop right into your world. No, I think someone says you don't believe. No, you believe it because if you're thinking about it and you're dreaming about it, you know, you believe it, but you're still like, All right, so we got one answer right here. The subconscious needs a tweak. And then the other one is your ego. So that's why you're not experiencing what your desires are, because right now it's with you, but you're not in alignment with it. So it's like this. It's like two roads. Let me see if I get my phone here so it stays. Okay, so let's say there's one road right here. Your desires over here on this road, right? See, it's right here. You're on this side, but you want to meet your desires. You guys are going opposite like this. You're looking at it passing you by because you're not in alignment with it. What you want to do, you want to go so you guys could meet up like this. Boom. But it's in a good way. It's a good crash this time, though. It's going to make your manifestations come true. So what? There's something that's giving you a bad lens or view of this. It's your ego. So let's talk about the ego. So what the ego does, someone says that the ego is fighting for its life. Yes. What the ego does, the ego will give you a false look that it's not possible or it's going to be hard. So that puts your vision away. The subconscious does now. The subconscious will influence the ego. Remember, the ego can influence the subconscious. So the ego will say it's not possible. The subconscious, the more the ego says it's not possible or it's hard, the more the subconscious accepts it. So what the subconscious does now, it creates what you call the resistance to prevent you from going over that road to meet your manifestation. But remember, the road's right here, look. But it's on, see, you're on this side, it's over here. So it's there right next to you, see? So with the ego and the subconscious, they make you believe there's a barrier right here, like a physical barrier right here. But it's actually an illusion. There's no physical barrier. That's why you don't jump over, because you think there's a barrier right there. But that's the perception. As someone says it, it gives you a distorted perception. That distorted perception affects what you think and feel, and then puts you in a limitation. So you don't go full force for it. That's what stops. That's the thing that's stopping you. See, so it's like they're showing a shade at you and showing you that it's a mirage, so to speak. Do you see how that works? So you got to take solace to know that you already have it. So you just got to get in a state of knowing this, and then knowing how your mind works, and just like chill, go with the flow, people. You got to go with the flow here. We live in a flow state universe. Everything is flow now. You know, there's nothing. Let me put it to you this way. I'm going to show you something deep right here. All right, listen to this. It would never be in your head. I repeat that. If you couldn't achieve it, if you can't get it, the idea, the vision would never enter into your consciousness. You can only get into your consciousness what you can create. So all of you, think about it. Those big dreams you have in your head, they're in your head because you can get it. That's why they're in your head. They're not in your head just to play with you. They're in your head as a download. So that's to give you an insight to know that. So you're saying this guy's telling me that the big goal I have, and I don't even know how I'm going to do it. I don't even know how I'm going to figure this out, but I just know I want it. You're telling me it's going to be, not only it's possible, but I can actually do it. I'm telling you 100%, it's already done. It's in your head because you've already accomplished it as a feedback. It's there as a quantum thing. It's what we call a probability of existence. It's in its raw stages or states of existence. So it's there for you to experience it. So that's the secret. You know, that's the matrix. Keep a lot of us from understanding that, and religion does that too. Religion takes you away from kind of plugging in and seeing that, man, I'm this powerful being, and I can really change the world. Yeah. Sweet says there's never anything to fear because you're in control. Yeah, guys, look, here's something I want to show you. Like, when you came here, best way I want to put this to you so you can get this. You're built for this. Each person is built for whatever they want to accomplish. So if you think that you can't do it, you're fooling yourself, because you're built for this. The reason you're fooling yourself, you don't think you're built for this, is because you have a tainted mind known as the ego. The universe will never put you in a situation that you cannot overcome or handle or grow bigger from. It doesn't do that. You yourself will never put yourself in a situation like that. Your higher self. So any situation that you're in, any dream or goal that you have right now, it means that you were built to produce the result of it. Now, where you mess up is not your fault. You mess up in a couple ways because you mess up from when you were a kid, that you were programmed by your parents in the matrix, and then you mess up more as you go through society, and you got even more programmed by the matrix and by religion. So it really downplayed your confidence and your ability to believe in yourself. So all those things you need to manifest. Remember now, manifesting is about exuberating a certain amount of energy. So when the matrix downplays your feelings and your self-confidence, you don't have that much energy to put out to the universe. And that's where you develop now those habits of like the doubt, the low self-esteem. So you were kind of like set up to kind of fail by the matrix, man. But again, even that can't stop you. Those are temporary stuff. The reason why they're temporary stuff, because what's already built in you, you can't unbuild that stuff, people. That stuff is coded in your DNA from the source, from the creator, from the universe, from you, whatever you want to call it. That you can't go in here you can't, just like you can't unsee what you already see. So you gotta so the way to get to your goals, guys, is to take the path of least resistance. Like water. Water always goes with flow to the easiest way to go in. So does the universe, and so does how you work. But the matrix, they try to trick you again, and they try to tell you got to take the path of most resistance. They try to convince you that you have to go work super hard, you have to bust your butt, you have to overthink, you have to sacrifice, you have to feel pain, you have to give up to get something. All of those things are really lies. You don't have to do any of that, guys. You can actually let what you want flow to you if you know how to get into the correct state. Remember this. You should write this down. The way to manifest anything is to accept the path of least resistance, and you will get everything you want. So I'll give you the biggest tip right now. If you want to get to the path of least resistance, there's one ability you must cultivate. Can anyone tell me that ability? Or there's one mindset that you must have to get to that. You can't get to that path unless you master this first. What is the state of being you must master to get to that point? Can anyone tell me that state of being? Gratitude is one of it. Oh man, who got it right here? I gotta take my shades off. See who this is. And he put it in. This is as is a jewelry. Detachment. Once you master the state of non-attachment, everything comes to you. Being detached will automatically, someone says being present. But I'm sure how powerful non-attachment is. Once you become detached, you automatically become present. Because when you're detached, the only thing that's out there is the present moment. So you automatically pushed in the present moment. If you can master the art of non-attachment or detachment, then you go into the flow. Man, your desires are going to rush to you like a river. You're going to be like this. Whoa, chill universe. You're overwhelming me with too much of my desires. Well, you're not going to say that. You're going to like love it though. Yes, you know why? Because you want to I'm going to show you why this is so elegant and this is so perfect and precise. Because you know what? That's how the laws of quantum physics work. They work in the same way of non-detachment. Look at the particles, guys. These particles, they can go in and out of different states without any resistance, man. A particle appears and disappears at will. It's over there, it's over there. There's nothing blocking a particle. Particle goes, that's you. That's the flow state, man. That's how the world of quantum theory works. And you're a quantum. You're a particle. Your body's made up of millions of billions of different atoms and protons, electrons, all this stuff. Your cells, your molecules, all that stuff. And and in your body, I'm sure, even in your own body, even your cells, people, your cells are constantly communicating and regenerating, going through their cells. There's nothing blocking your cells, man. It's all an illusion. All a grand illusion that was played by us, by the Matrix. So if you can get into the state where you're not attached to anything, but you're open to everything, man, you're gonna get a rush of your manifestation like you've never seen before. You're gonna think you're in like a daydream or a movie. It's gonna come to you so fast, and the reason it's gonna come to you so fast is because it was already next to you in your vicinity. Remember that. Whatever you want or desire, you're entangled with it. So there's no distance between you and your manifestation, right? So when you can get into the state of detachment or non-attachment, it like just rushes into your reality like instantaneously. It's like, wow, this was fast. The reason is because you didn't set up any of those fear, doubt, worry, which creates the blockage, the energy blockage, right? The resistance. Everything to use, everything you want. See, just like you see how my phone just like flowed like that? It was flowing like that. That's how your desire is going to flow to you. Once you let that go, everything, look, everything you want, people, it's already flowing towards you. The reason everything is coming towards you, and the reason why is because this particular universe that we live in, it's an attraction-based universe. Things are moving towards us. Nothing is moving away from you here. They're coming towards us. Even the light you look at, when you look at the night sky, the light that you see in the sky is in the past. It's like they're traveling 4.2 billion years to get us. What is that? James Webb telescope just launched, and it showed you the skies. Those galaxies you've seen, they're not what they are present today. You're looking in the past. Those galaxies you've seen were traveling before the Earth was even formed, 4 point something billion years ago. So everything is coming towards us. Nothing goes away from you, people. So your desires are always flowing towards you. Right now in this moment. It's happening right now in this moment. You just got to get into that, bam, non-attachment state, man. And to help you to get into the non-attachment state, you got to work on changing the subconscious blueprint and being aware and changing the ego thought. Time is always now. That's right. But the thing about time is, remember now. Everything is now, but time is one big moment, right? But as human beings, we have limitations on what we can see. So like speed of light, nothing can travel that fast. So that's how we interpret our world, through light. Light travels at a specific speed. But if you're someone who's interdimensional and you could look above like your higher self can, you see your entire timeline. That's why it's already yours. That's right, my friend. Someone says it. Jason, we have to see what we want now. And to see what you want now is to be detached from it. When you detach from it, you accept you already have it. That's the message you send to the universe. That's a very powerful message. When you're detached or non-attached to nothing, you're literally telling the universe, I got this. This is mine already. Give it to me now. I desire it. The universe says, okay, here you go. Because of the way the universe works, it has to send stuff towards you. It's not going to take anything away from you. So when you do that, it's a very powerful message that helps in all areas of your life. It's going to take your relationship. You want to find your soulmate. You want to have people chase you, whatever, follow you, fall in love with you. Don't be attached. Don't care too much about outcomes. Just chill. Whatever comes in, let it come in. Whatever go out, let it go out. And you'll have, boom, man, you'll be on the next level. That's the way. How do I erase X? I don't want to think of him at all. Brain's keeping on pass. Well, if you want to erase your X, you can control that. You're thinking about that. You have to stop thinking about that. So you have to start to keep your mind occupied. and focus on what you want now. Don't focus on the past. It's not there. All right? Someone says it. Think of a new one. There you go. But that's the power that you have. All of you have the ability to become detached. You know, the matrix is what gives you the illusion to make you feel the need to be attached to stuff. They trick us. They make us believe that we can't figure it out ourselves. We can't trust ourselves. They put pressure on us. They put the pressure on you. They say, well, you're not capable of doing this. I have to do it for you. You're not good enough to do this. You need my help. So you kind of develop like this dependency on the matrix to help you. And that takes away your power. So that's how they get you. So that's why we become attached to stuff, because we don't have the trust in our own ability to manifest what we want. So we become attached to it because we think that by being attached, we're going to get it faster. But when we're attached to anything, remember guys, we're not pulling it towards us. It's moving away from us. It's not in our vicinity anymore. It's there, but we're not able to get into the flow with it. It's not like going away from you. Remember now, nothing moves away from you, people. Everything's coming towards you. It doesn't like run away. It just stays put where you can't access it because you have resistance. So it's there, but you can't get it. See how it works? I heard this before. Someone says, if you want to get over someone, get under someone else. Joking. Winning the lottery. What about winning the lottery? What do you want to know about winning the lottery? I've done tons of videos on winning the lottery. I show you guys how to win it. Get my book, How to Win the Lottery Using Quantum Physics. You could win the lottery if you want. Anything you want, you can do. It's all in the mind. I feel like giving up on winning the jackpot. What to do? That's when it's gonna be right around the corner. Don't do that. Think about this. If you give up on anything, you will never get it. So think about it. So if I give up, I'll never get it. Stick with your routine, people. You are creating this stuff, guys. You are in charge of this. Remember that. Usually when people feel like giving up on something, like maybe they're doing the lottery, using their mind to win the lottery, and they feel like giving up, it usually tells me two things is happening. They become too attached, they have too much expectation, and their mind is putting them in a time loop. The ego is telling them it's too long. So those are lower self stuff. Just be detached, man. Just let it go. Play when you can play. Get your budget, play, let it go. Check your tickets. You know, recently, right? I think you guys seen the live I did, right? Someone mentioned, I said in a live, I think it was on TikTok live. I put it on my YouTube. I said, hey, I'm going to manifest 10 grand, right? And like 3 days later, I manifest 10 grand. It was in the lottery. And I said, I'm going to manifest $10,000. And I was just showing someone a point. I was showing them like the power of your mind and how your words can create reality. And I was open. I said, I want to manifest 10,000, but I wanted to be open. I didn't even want it to be the lottery because I joked. I said, knowing me is probably going to be the lottery. Anyway, it turned out to be the lottery. It was a free ticket that I checked, and it was $10,000 winner. But I had the ticket for almost a month because I check my tickets like once every month or so. But it was there. But the point is, you have to believe what you want, expect it, and become detached. The fact is, when I said that, I totally forgot about the whole thing. Someone reminded me in a comment when I posted a screenshot of the winning ticket when the machine checked it on my YouTube community board. So if you want to go, you could go to my YouTube channel, go to the community tab, and you see the ticket and what it says, 10,000. It's actually $10,103, something like that. But I had totally forgotten about it, man. Only when someone commented and says, hey, Mark, is this the 10,000 you said you could manifest? I was like, oh, it can. So the point was, I was so detached because I said it and I totally forgot about it because I expected somehow I was going to manifest $10,000. I just knew it. I mean, like, hey, it's going to happen. It's already mine. And I totally forgot. That's the state I want you guys to get into. To be in, to say it, forget it, move on. You know in the back of the mind it's going to happen because now you know how reality works. Now you have an idea about physics and nature of reality. And it works for me. It can work for all of you guys. It's the same principle for everything. So yeah, maybe when you guys were in that live when I was said that, maybe you could, you seen that live, the video. I forgot which video it was. Somebody messaged me the video. Maybe you guys know which video it was. Maybe you can help put in the comments. Most people think money is evil. That's a product of the matrix. Money is energy. Money helps you fulfill your purpose, people. We all need money. It's an abundance. It's going to help you to achieve. You got to start loving money. You got to appreciate money. Money is a tool that's going to help you. Love the tool. You don't have to be greedy, but you got to love the tool. The tool is what's going to make you a master of your craft. Money is that tool. That's how you're going to get your subconscious to buy into this stuff. Religion does that to you. Religion will make you hate and detest a lot of the gifts that can help you to manifest your stuff. Money is freedom. Yes, correct. You said it, Stove. Money creates the time and the freedom to live. When you have true success or true wealth, wealth isn't, you don't have to have a bunch of millions of dollars in your bank account, people. Wealth to you is the ability to live life on your terms. That's the definition of true wealth. The ability for you to buy your own time. So that's how you define wealth, people, okay? Because there's people out there with millions of dollars in their bank account, and they have no time and freedom. They're tied to their job. They got to work. They can't even enjoy it. So look for that. Just your mantra. Let me tell you the mantra you're going to use if you want to manifest money, or you want to have more money or more abundance. Here's the mantra you're going to use for you. Just say this, and it's a wrap. You can say it every day out loud, and I've said this before. I put it in this cover video, but I'll say it again because it'll help so much people. Go into your mirror every night. Say this as much as you want to, and just keep saying it, and watch how you're going to make more money. Just say this. Why do I consistently have more than enough money to live the life I desire? Why do I consistently have more than enough money to live the life I desire? You already know the life you want to live, so that's up to you. But if you say that mantra every day out loud, just like that, watch how fast your life is going to change. Sign the contract on that one. I guarantee it. I'm not like, if you say this mantra, I think it will work. Oh, I hope it'll work. I believe, man, I know this stuff like the back of my hand. Say it that way out loud, not in your head, in that form, and then just think about the stuff you want. Do it as often as you can. Voila, man. Watch how reality changes for you. I'll repeat the mantra. Why do I consistently have more than enough money to live the life I desire? Why do I consistently have more than enough money to live the life I desire? Why do I have more than enough money to live the life I desire? According to Japanese billionaire Ken Honda, money has ears, and he hears when you call it. I get even deeper than you. He's right. But guess what money, you know what money has also? Money doesn't have ears. Guess what it has? It has feelings. Money will feel the same way you feel about money, man. Most people, they feel money is evil. It's not good. You talk about money like I think money gonna want to be around you. Oh man, he don't like me anyway. He think I'm greedy. He say I'm the root of all evil. So I'm staying away from that guy. Oh yeah, money's gonna run from you. Religion. That's why religious people. Oh, I gotta be poor is good. No, man, being poor isn't good, man. What's wrong with you? Abundance is your birthright, people. The universe is infinite, man. Come on. But if you say that mantra every day, watch. And you do it with conviction now. With conviction, this is important. Why do I have more than enough money to live the life I desire? Why do I consistently have more than enough money to live the life I desire? Why do I have more than enough money to live the life I desire? Now, if you're really smart, and I know you are, can you tell me Why would this mantra work more than all the other affirmations when someone says, I have more than enough money to live the life I desire. I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am a money magnet. This mantra trumps all of those. Why does this mantra work and those other ones don't? That's right. Champagne says it. Champagne design. The unique thing about the brain is the brain will look for the answers as experiences, your subconscious rather. When I say, why do I consistently have more than enough money to live the life I desire? And you know the secret to get to my subconscious is our repetition. So if I do this over and over, voila, it's going to be impressed. And remember how the subconscious works now? Once something is impressed, it's no longer what? Subjected for what? It has to accept it. It can't think and decide. It's a done deal. So now what my subconscious does now, it says, all right, man, why does this guy got more than enough money? I got to show this guy why he got money. Even if he don't got money. I don't know he got money. He got money. He has money. I got to go get him money. That's the power of the subconscious mind. It's going to get the money some way. I don't even know, man. I could chill. The money going to come. He's going to bring me somebody from around the world. There's somebody you're going to get money. You can do it 10 times a day. You can do it 20 times a day. You can do it all day if you want. As long as you put the conviction in it and you do it repeatedly, it's going to get impressed. And you're going to, the first thing you're going to notice is you're going to start to get some you're going to notice a lot of ideas coming into your head. Don't pay attention to those. That's the ego trying to get in there. But then you're going to also notice inspired stuff. Your ego is going to start to do a lot of thinking because it's also affecting the ego because the ego now is hearing as well. So your ego is going to try to hype itself up to try to help you too. But that's a good state. But what you do is you just chill, you let go, and you watch from behind the scenes and see what's going to feel it. And then you'll know when to take the action and step. And most of the time, guys, this comes from outside sources you don't know. Most of the time, this is from people or other stuff. People get checks in the mail. So man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. There's people who got inheritances they didn't know. They got a check for 5 years ago that their job overpaid them. Man, this is this will show you how the reality, what reality really is. Oh. So I just gave you the biggest jewel ever. Go make a soundtrack with it, whatever you want. Why do I consistently have more than enough money to live the life I desire? Ultimate mantra, all of them, it'll take everything, you'll have it. There's no going to try it, you're going to do it. All right. That's the time I have for today. How quickly this work? The quicker you can impress your subconscious mind with it. If you don't have too much blockages, or you do it over, it could happen right now. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen in 10 minutes. But it's going to happen as long as you do it consistently. You got to keep doing it until you see the results. That's when it works. Do or do not. There is no try. That's right. Yoda. Don't even look for how long this is going to take, man. Just do it and you'll see it. Just do it till it happens, because it's going to happen. All right, people. I'll see you next time. Peace out.